And with the Six of Pentacles here, it's like they're thinking about, I feel like giving you something. This could be about messages, commitment, things like that. It's like they want to be generous with you here because I feel like they really value you as a person. They really see you as someone who is really important to them in their life. And so there is this desire to, I feel like, share with you. But it could be that in order to maybe open up and be more vulnerable to give more to you, it's like, again, there's this energy of maybe needing a little bit of time to feel free enough to do that within themselves. And that could be reliant on this inner exploration that they're doing here with the hermit energy, that they may need to go within and process things before they're fully ready to maybe really give and receive love with you at this time. But I feel like that's definitely something that they want to do with the Chariot. Like, intuitively, they feel very drawn to you in this connection. They feel very drawn to bring their energy towards you, to move towards you. But it could be that there's still stuff that they're processing, stuff that they're working through sort of behind the scenes before they can like fully come in with, I feel like, all the everything that they want to bring forward to you. Let's see. Let's clarify a bit now. Um, let's see. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. How is Pile One's person truly feeling for Pile One right now? Clarify the Four of Pentacles. How is Pile One's person truly feeling? We have the Four of Swords. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm getting here is almost like they're sort of holding back and they're focused on healing. And I feel like they're focused on, in a way, like building their self-esteem, building their confidence. And that makes sense here with the King of Wands. It's like they want to come towards you with this really confident, very like Leo energy here. But in order to do that, there may still be, like I was feeling with the Hermit, there may still be spiritual awakenings that need to occur. I feel like your person may still need to search within themselves to find this sense of worthiness, because I feel like they see you as very worthy, very special, and it's like they need to maybe heal parts of themselves that do tend to not feel maybe up to your standard, up to your level. Um, there's something here about like they need to gain a sense of independence, um, in that they feel like they're okay if they get rejected by you. And I know that sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but it's like if your person is unconfident to the place that they like can't handle rejection, they can't handle um, things like that, then there's no way that they'll ever be confident enough to actually come forward towards you. So it's like they have to build up this self-confidence within themselves before they'll be ready to maybe be fully vulnerable. But I feel like they want this though. It's like this is a goal for them to heal, to be able to give more. I feel like to this connection. Clarify the Chariot. Pile One's person. How is Pile One's person truly feeling for Pile One? Clarify the Chariot. Clarify the Chariot. How is Pile One's person truly feeling for Pile One currently? Clarify the Chariot. How is Pile One's person truly feeling for Pile One? Clarify the Chariot, please. How's Pile One's person truly feeling for Pile One? Oh my gosh, we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out twice. And look at this Page of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something your person really wants to bring to you, and I feel like with the Page of Pentacles, that could be communication, especially. But there's something very physical. It's like this could be like asking you out on a date, like getting together in the physical world is almost like what I'm getting. So it's like they're preparing themselves to come towards you in a very tangible way. And again, it's like no matter where your person's at, or how connected you guys are currently, if you're in a lot of communication or not, it's like your person is definitely planning here. They're planning to move forward because they want to be persistent here with like the King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. It's like they may be a very goal-oriented person, and I feel like their goal is to come towards you. And so it's like even if it seems like they're not doing anything behind the scenes, I feel like they're doing everything they can to prepare themselves to do that. Let's see. Clarify the Hermit. How does Pile One's person truly feel for Pile One currently? Clarify the Hermit. How does Pile One's person truly feel? Ooh, Knight of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles. A lot of Earth energy coming through in this pile. So your person may be an Earth sign for some of you. But yeah, so it's like they want to bring you, for some of you, this could be a new offer or a renewed sense of commitment. Or if this person has never brought commitment to the table, I feel like that's what they're really wanting to bring you here, is they really want to bring you, love and a fresh start. a new opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles. I'm also getting for some of you, it could even be like some sort of a gift, like with the Six of Pentacles energy as well. But yeah, this person wants to bring you a love offer. They want to follow their heart, to come towards you. But again, with this Hermit energy, like in the silence or when they're withdrawn, when they're retreating, I feel like they're getting in touch with themselves. And when they're getting in touch with themselves, this is really what they're seeing that they want here. They see that, what really resonates with them on the soul level is to come towards you, is to interact with you. All right. Let's get some of these cards now. Some oracle cards. All right. How's pile one's person feeling about pile one currently? How's pile one's person feeling about pile one currently? We have expansion. How's pile one's person feeling about pile one currently? How's pile one's person feeling about pile one currently? How's pile one's person feeling about pile one? We have victim. Interesting. How's pile one's person feeling about pile one currently? How's pile one's person feeling about pile one currently? We have abundance and renewal. Interesting. So with this victim energy, that's kind of reminding me in a way like the Four of Pentacles sort of here, where it's like there's a lot of fear that maybe your person is having to work through here. And so it's like they're having to step away from the energy of victimhood. It was kind of interesting. This card kind of flipped out upside down, I noticed. So I feel like your person is leaving behind this victim energy. And this energy definitely could have left them in this connection really not doing much. Maybe you were sensing this person was very stuck, not moving forward. And it was because they were not feeling confident, kind of like I was picking up here. It's like they need to go from the energy of lack here, the lack mentality, to the energy of abundance, more than enough, confidence, and then we have this expansion. So it's like expanding beyond their limiting beliefs and the limitations they put on themselves. And something that's very interesting is like the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles are almost, I feel like they're kind of like twin cards. They're sort of opposites. Like, this one is, or not exactly twins, but they're sort of like the inverse of each other. The Four of Pentacles is the lack mentality. Six of Pentacles is the abundance mindset. And so it's like in order to really, create this love connection, create this intimacy, create this, help this relationship move along with you. It's like they're really having to leave this whole victim thing behind and expand beyond this. So they can bring you literally like this renewal, this abundance here. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's like, it could be financial abundance, but I feel like it's a lot of emotional abundance. It's a lot of, increase of intimacy. So it's almost like with this renewal energy, I feel like that's what they're doing while they're in hermit mode, is they are changing fundamentally as a person. So I feel like you're going to notice with your person that they're going to start maybe, communicating more, start giving more. You might be even surprised by how different they may start to seem, because I feel like they're doing a lot of really important introspection and seeing what they really want, and that maybe they have been keeping themselves stuck and unhappy, in situations or just in their own mind. And they're having to really look at that and release a lot of those fears and just those problems with their mindset. So this is really awesome, you guys. That's definitely the theme, I feel like, of your person currently, is the shift from there's not enough to there is more than enough. There's not enough love, within me, and then there's more than enough love that I have for myself that I can pour out onto other people. That's definitely what's going on. So, I'm really happy for you guys. Your person seems to be heading in a really positive direction. All right. How is Paul One's person feeling for Paul One currently? We have the doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. So that's kind of part of that, fear-based mentality is doubt. It's like, is this connection real? Do they care? Do they want me? Things like that. It's like releasing the need to know all the answers and just sort of confidently stepping forward and just assuming that things will, work out for you. How is Paul One's person feeling about Pile 1 right now? How is Pile 1's person truly feeling about Pile 1 right now? How is Pile 1's person truly feeling? We have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. And that's interesting. That's kind of like this expansion energy a bit, is it's like they're using their imagination to maybe kind of see beyond those oppressive limitations that they've placed on themselves for so long, and that they can, create a really happy future for themselves. They can create an abundant, happy life. So they may be really working on like manifestation even, or literally mindset work. How is Pile 1's person currently feeling for Pile 1? And then health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Okay, so this person is really wanting to, I feel like with that Four of Swords energy, for some of you, I'm almost getting they may be either reading a lot of like books about self-help, like looking up articles about self-help, or like going to therapy or something like that. I feel like your person is really focused on healing. They're really focused on their health so that they can bring a better version of themselves to this connection, so they can show up in this connection as a healthy person that can, interact with you and, bring the love and the affection that I feel like they know that you deserve. Especially if your person has held back a lot because of their fears. I feel like they don't want to be this way anymore. And they're definitely, I feel like, releasing anything toxic in their life. Here with the health card. All right, let's get some messages from them now and see what they want to say to you. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now, please? We have divine. I see the sacred within you and the sacred within myself. And that's interesting, tied to this health card. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. It's like they're really starting to see themselves as sacred, as divine. Here, because they are connecting back to spirit here with the Four of Swords and the Hermit energy. They're connecting to source. And so they're starting to see that they are, a divine being. And I feel like as we step into that energy more and more, we're able to really honor ourselves and other people. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one currently? We have loyalty. I am devoted to. You are the only one I want. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense here with the Knight of Pentacles. This is a very loyal energy. It's like you really are this person that this person wants to be with. They want to bring their loyalty to you. There's so much Pentacles energy. I definitely see this person as being very loyal. So they are devoted to this connection. I feel like that's why they're so focused on improving themselves. And they're definitely not looking elsewhere for love and relationships, for sure. Yeah, this person is very focused on you. So that's what I'm saying. Even if with the Hermit energy and the Four of Swords, they've kind of gone quiet, or they do go quiet at times, it's definitely not because they're thinking about other options or pursuing them. I feel like it's kind of just like them with themselves and then them with you. You know what I mean? If they're not talking to you, it's probably just because they're like alone and deep in thought, and like healing. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What does pile one's person want to say? Family, you are part of my soul family. So you guys have a very deep connection is what I'm getting. That's part of this loyalty. It's almost like familial loyalty. So you guys may have been, for some of you, I'm getting you guys were married in a past life. So it's like there's this sort of, yeah, like family energy where it's like you feel like just this that kind of unconditional love. It's like I will do anything for you. So this person feels very tied to you, very close to you. Despite maybe even you guys coming from somewhat different backgrounds, I feel like you guys maybe share a lot of values, you share a lot of similarities. So I feel like this is that you guys are soul family. Maybe you have traveled through many lifetimes together, known each other throughout different past lives and future lives, things like that. What is pile one's person in the state of pile one? Okay, we have a mutual. The love between us is mutual. I feel the same way that you do. So this is definitely them wanting to tell you that if you feel these strong feelings for them, it's definitely not just like one-sided. They feel them too. Action. I want to move things forward with you in a positive direction. I definitely see that with the Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot. I feel like this is the Chariot card. Like, I want movement. I want to work on this connection. I want to move it forward. And then we have fantasy. I dream of us being together. I fantasize about you often. Ooh, interesting. Look at that. Imagination. That's really interesting. So that totally is tied. So they're definitely imagining being with you. They're imagining maybe your future together as well, what they want to create in this connection. Also very sensual maybe as well at times. Timing, everything is unfolding between us at the exact right time. So there may be an element of timing here. The Knight of Pentacles is slow moving. There maybe is still doubt, insecurities are having to release. So I feel like this is them just saying like, we're on the right path. Things are on track, and not to get too caught up in the timing of all of it. All right, let's get some more messages. What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now? So it says, I love your body. So they're very attracted to you physically. Definitely with the King of Wands. There is a sensual side to this person. I feel like they may be very thoughtful and sensitive with that Hermit energy, that you even can be a bit of shyness. But I feel like there still is a very passionate side to them that, you really draw that aspect of them out. I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, that's really sweet. So yeah, this person has fallen in love with you, and I feel like they really couldn't help it. This is just a very deep connection. Let's see, what else does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What else does pile one's person want to say? I'm ready to give in to the temptation that is you. So I see that they're not really fighting this that much. Like, I feel like they're taking their time, they're thinking deeply about it, but they're definitely not putting up, I feel like, a crazy amount of, I don't feel like a crazy amount of inner tension within them. Like, I feel like they definitely know they want to be with you, and they're allowing themselves to act on those feelings, to have those feelings. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? We have, I wish I was kissing you instead of missing you. So if you guys are ever separated, or if you're somewhat separated now, they're definitely, when when they're alone and maybe feeling lonely, they definitely, again, part of that fantasy, they definitely think about you. You have taught me a lot of important lessons about myself and caused me to seriously examine my behavior, and that's interesting. So with that Four of Pentacles energy in the Hermit, it's like maybe they're really looking at like, hey, like, why do I hold myself back so much? Why am I afraid of vulnerability? Why am I afraid of this connection or this person? And like, what does that really say about me? It's not really about them. They're doing that self-reflection, and that's why they're examining their behavior, and I feel like they're choosing to move beyond it, like with this release energy, releasing those doubts. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one currently? What does the pile one's person want to say to pile one right now? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? This one says, I've misunderstood things between us before and gotten hurt. So that's that sensitivity that maybe sometimes they just should have shut down out of the blue. And it could be because they kind of, okay, this is an interesting energy, but like that Virgo energy with the Hermit, anecdotally, people that I know are Virgos will literally say that they do this, where they'll like come up with a scenario in their head, and then because it's a misunderstanding, and then they'll get upset about the scenario that they've imagined. So your person, whether or not they're a Virgo, that may be something they do sometimes, is that they may take things the wrong way because they don't understand, like they misconstrue what you're trying to communicate with them, and then they may get hurt, but it's almost like they're just hurting themselves. You didn't intend to hurt them, so that could resonate for some of you. It's very specific. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? I'm burning for you. Yeah, all that passion for sure. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? And I'm ending karmic cycles. Interesting. So if there's any karmic situations in this connection, this is definitely a sign that those are being released. But I feel like this is very strongly about maybe your person and their fear of vulnerability. That's kind of the karmic cycle that's being worked through currently, which is really positive. And I feel like once they work through this energy, they'll be able to really move forward in the way that they want to. All right. Before we close out your reading, let's just get you a word of advice from these beautiful cards. What does pile one need to hear right now? Oops, it's just so hard to shuffle. What does pile one need to hear right now? There we go. Okay, what does this look like? Ooh, this is beautiful. Nice art. This says, the heart is the true seat of power, so just love everyone involved and it will all unfold gracefully in its own time. That's so interesting. It's like kind of mirroring this card. An angel watches over you. With patience, love, and perseverance, all will work out fine. Be guided by the wisdom in your heart. So this is definitely another confirmation that things are working out as they should. Things are unfolding gracefully in their own time. So just really be in the energy of love and be patient, and again, like it says, be guided by the wisdom in your heart, because when we do listen to our heart, I feel like it ultimately always guides us to the right words, the right actions, and things like that, the best for everyone else. So definitely stay in the energy of love, and just be confident that whatever you're manifesting, whatever you want is unfolding, even if it's completely behind the scenes. Pile one. All right, thank you so much for watching. Sending you so much love and abundance, beauty, pile one. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day or evening. Please take care and please stay safe. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading. All right, pile two, let's get into your person's true feelings for you currently. All right. Pile two, How is Pile Two's person truly feeling for Pile Two currently? How is Pile Two's person truly feeling for Pile Two currently? How is Pile Two's person truly feeling? You have, oh my gosh, the Lovers. Beautiful. This is a great way to start off the reading, right? All right. How's Pile Two's person truly feeling for Pile Two currently? How is Pile Two's person? Page of Swords. How is Pile Two's person feeling for Pile Two currently? How is Pile Two's person truly feeling? Okay. Let's look at all these. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Page of Wands, the High Priestess, and the King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, look at that. We have counterparts here, King and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like your person is definitely, with the Lovers, they're feeling the connection. They're feeling very in love with you. I'm definitely getting divine counterpart energy from you guys already with the Lovers and the King and Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this person definitely sees you as their person. So whether or not you guys are like actually together or, you know, in communication or literally married, I feel like with the King and Queen of Pentacles, it's like this person sees you as like their sort of soul partner, even like their spouse. Perhaps you guys have spent many lifetimes being married. It's sort of like there's just this resonance between the two of you that's perfect. It's like, you know, you just are literally perfect for each other. The, you know, yin and the yang is just so beautifully balanced in this connection. It's like there's a lot of passion, but there's also a lot of, I feel like, feelings of safety and loyalty and trust here in this connection. So with the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, I feel like they're wanting to explore this connection. They're feeling very curious about you. I feel like they're thinking about you a lot. I feel like this is the energy of a lot of communication as well with the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. And it's like they're seeing, I feel like, all this opportunity, and the pages are very, I feel like, refreshing energy. They're very innocent. They're very youthful. They're very excited. And it's like very imaginative. It's like all this big world full of possibilities. So I feel like that's really how they feel in this connection. Um, and then with the High Priestess, it's like there's a lot of maybe even telepathy that you guys have, very spiritual connection. You guys are very tuned in with each other. This person may be very connected to their intuition, and their intuition definitely has been leading them, I feel like, to the conclusion of what I was saying earlier, that like you are their person, you know, the love of their life, things like that. And so I feel this person has a well integrated feminine side. They really listen to their heart, is what I'm getting here. This Two of Swords, though, it's like there's some sort of crossroads, I feel like. I'm going to clarify this actually. I'm curious about what this Two of Swords is. It's like there's an important decision that they need to, I feel like, make in regards to this connection. For some of you, I'm getting it could be about maybe communication of these really deep feelings or this soul knowing what this person has about you. So they may have not maybe communicated to you just how deeply they feel for you or how serious they are about this connection, because the King of Pentacles is very committed, very loyal. Um, this High Priestess can also sometimes represent hidden knowledge and secrets. So it could be for some of you almost I'm getting that it's like with the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, they may just sort of dip into the conversation, but they don't maybe reveal to you just how much they know about you and the connection and how deeply they feel. They may just sort of brush the surface and keep a lot and just in their mind, just in their thoughts. And so this Two of Swords could represent this choice that they're going to maybe have to make to really reveal to you just how deeply they feel that you or guys are connected. Perhaps even that, you know, you're really meant to be with each other, that you're meant to be in some sort of a union here. Maybe that they literally want to marry you. All right, what's this Two of Swords about? Can you clarify the Two of Swords? How is Pile 2's person truly feeling about Pile 2? Eight of Pentacles. Clarify the Two of Swords. Pile 2's person's true feelings for Pile 2. Clarify the Two of Swords. And Judgment. Clarify the Two of Swords. Pile 2's person's feelings for Pile 2. Clarify the Two of Swords. Clarify the Two of Swords. Pile 2's person's feelings for Pile 2. Clarify the Two of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Okay, so for some of you, this is about the two of you guys maybe coming together and really working together here with the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So this could be about really evaluating this connection and maybe making the choice to really move things forward, because the Judgment is about really kind of like waking up and seeing the truth of something. It can even be about like, a life review, like looking back on the past, looking back on all of your choices and decisions. And then it's almost like kind of being woken up out of like a spiritual slumber and like really seeing the truth. So that could be like, for some of you, that like all of this information about the two of you guys being meant to be together, things like that. Maybe this is all sort of hit your person out of the blue very recently, that they've had this judgment moment where they've had this wake up call and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the person I'm meant to be with. So now it's like this choice, to build this connection and to really put that effort in with the Eight of Pentacles and work hard. But the Two of Swords can represent sometimes a bit of a stuckness. It can represent a bit of a block. So it's like this may be even, for some of you, it could even be scary to this person a little bit, just how intense these feelings are for you, just how deep this connection is. And so it's like they're having to take maybe a time out to really admit to themselves what their intuition is really telling them, and just how, profound this all is. If your person hasn't had a spiritual awakening before, they could even be having one right now, and it's sort of freaking them out a little bit. Is kind of what I'm getting. You may have been the catalyst for this person's spiritual awakening, pile two. Clarify the lovers. How is pile two's person truly feeling for pile two currently? Clarify the lovers. How is pile two's person truly feeling for pile two? Clarify the lovers. Clarify the lovers. How is pile two's person feeling? We have Justice, Six of Wands, Ten of Cups. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is beautiful. So with the Justice energy, yeah, this is about that really beautiful balance and harmony I was kind of picking up on. It's also like this energy where your person really wants to take accountability, take responsibility, like with this Eight of Pentacles energy, and really show up for this connection. And I feel like do this connection justice, because with the lovers, that's a very spiritual, divine connection. And it's like this person is seeing that this sort of deserves all of their effort, all of their, sort of time and energy. It's like they really want to bring the right energy to this connection. For some of you, even, in the past, for some of you, this person may have felt like they didn't show up correctly. And that could be why this judgment energy is here, that maybe they weren't giving their all to this connection at one point. Maybe they even walked away for some of you, or disconnected emotionally. And it's like they're seeing that. It's almost like with this justice energy, it's like they want to repair that. It's like they want to give so much to this connection, in a way almost to like make up for maybe what they didn't do in the past. So we have the Six of Wands, which is, they want a victory with you here. And they want a victory in love with the Ten of Cups. They could even be really, like, I just get this energy, they really are seriously thinking about settling down with you. For some of you, that literally could mean a marriage, but of course you can have a lifelong relationship with someone, and it's just as deep as any marriage, but, you're not actually married if that's just not something you want to do. But that is the energy of a really stable union with the King of Cups. This person has a lot of very deep, very, very deep feelings for you. This person has very well established feelings for you as well. With the King of Cups, like those emotions are in their heart and they're not going anywhere. So for some of you, it could have been that maybe your person was shying away from commitment at one point, but I feel like right now they're having this realization that maybe that's what they really want here. Maybe what they've wanted this whole time, even if they weren't admitting it to themselves, is that they do want this, happy family energy. They do want to have this long-term commitment. I feel like they're really maturing a lot is what I'm getting. All right, let's see. Clarify the High Priestess, pile two's person's true feelings for pile two. Clarify the High Priestess. Clarify the High Priestess. Transformation. Clarify the High Priestess. And the Star. Okay, so they're definitely having some sort of spiritual awakening. So the Transformation card, the Death card, there's some sort of purification going on with them. That could be release of, with the Judgment energy, that can be the release of even sort of karmic energy as well with the Justice energy. Things are being balanced out karmatically. So there could be people leaving their life, or this person literally could just be going through a massive inner transformation right now. They could be going through this transformation because they're really powerfully integrating their divine feminine side. And that could be why they're opening up so much to really seeing the truth. And with the Star, that's about, a difficult time, or perhaps, again, like I was feeling like this person may have been in a sort of like slumber in a way, asleep to the truth, asleep to what they really wanted. And now there's like this renewal, like they're reconnecting to source, they're reconnecting to their higher self, they're reconnecting to themselves. And there's this whole sort of change that's going on with them. So you may be noticing this in your person if you are physically connected to them. It's like they seem different, they seem wiser, they seem more mature, and it's definitely because there's a lot that they are releasing, and a lot of like higher self, like frequencies, things like that, like divine frequency, they're like kind of integrating at this time. So they're really ascending very quickly. This is a really beautiful reading, by the way. Pile 2. How is Pile 2's person truly feeling for Pile 2 currently? How is Pile 2's person truly feeling? We have recovery. How is Pile 2's person truly feeling about Pile 2 currently? How's Pile 2's person truly feeling about Pile 2? We have creation. Pile 2's person currently feeling about Pile 2. How's Pile 2's person truly feeling about Pile 2 currently? Renewal. How's Pile 2's and isolation. Okay, so this person may be spending some time alone here, but I feel like this aloneness, whatever they're doing here with this isolation energy, it's very important in terms of them like doing this kind of recovery here, this healing. Like, it's interesting with this key, it's almost like they're recovering maybe a part of themselves that was lost. Like, for instance, if they sort of abandoned their inner child at one point, or they abandoned literally like their divine feminine emotional side, which can definitely happen. I think men sometimes feel pressured to neglect their own emotions at times, so that could have happened with their person, especially if they are male. There's a lot of pressure, I feel like, societally to do that. So it's like they're recovering the missing pieces of who they are as a person. And maybe they're needing time alone to do that. It can be very difficult. Like, I'm hearing like soul retrieval. That's definitely what they're doing. And then creation and renewal. So this is the energy of, it's very shamanic. It's like the energy of manifestation, seeing what you want to create, which is, I feel like, this really beautiful union, this loving family energy with the Ten of Cups. And it's like they are using their intuition, they're using their third eye even to create this because they want this renewal here. It's interesting. You can kind of see this as like winter to summer energy. So for some of you, if the energy between you has felt cold for a period of time, or you feel like your person has maybe been in a very cold place, you weren't sure what was going on with them, there's this whole inner transformation, and they're going through, I feel like, a period of definitely some sort of enlightenment. And it's like they needed to almost, I feel like, maybe go through this period of isolation, dark night of the soul even, to come out the other end with this missing piece of themselves that maybe they had to find through doing shadow work, things like that, looking at their near childhood, really getting in touch with those deep feelings. All right, let's get some more. How is Pile 2's person currently feeling for Pile 2? How is Pile 2's person currently feeling for Pile 2, please? How's Pile 2's person currently feeling for Pile 2? We have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. That's so interesting. This also came out for Pile 1. So it's almost like the masculine energy is really getting in touch with their creation. And of course, that's associated with the feminine energy of creation. So yeah, they're embracing that creative aspect. I feel like, imagining the future with you. How's Pile 2's person currently feeling with Pile 2? How's Pile 2's person truly feeling about Pile 2 currently? Oops. We have regret. I know I cannot change the past. Okay, so there may be a bit of regret that your person does hold in this connection. That could be why, this isolation energy is here. For some of you, may be in some sort of separation that, things may have happened. There may have been, karmic cycles at play at some point, and your person is, maybe having to forgive themselves and release the past and try to learn from it to better themselves here. And that judgment energy is really great. That's like the kind of like come to God moment where you really look back on your actions and you really, in a way, even judge yourself, and you think like, I want to do better next time. So I feel like that's kind of where your person's at. How does Pile 2's person truly feeling? And then we have denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So they may have a lot of fears that they're having to release right now, and come into the energy of awareness, which is sort of like being in the present moment. It's very peaceful. So I feel like that's like what this indecision energy is a bit with the Two of Swords, is that they may get caught up in their head, very anxious, and in a way they could have even denied the connection because they were afraid. They may have denied that they cared about you, and that could be why they're so regretful here, is that they wish that maybe they had, like I was kind of picking up earlier, it's like they wish that maybe they had given this connection the respect it deserves because it's very special. And maybe they were scared, they were denying it. And now they're having to just sort of, I feel like, come to terms with what they know to be true, which is that there is something really special between the two of you. There is something very deep here. All right. Let's get some messages from them now. What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2 right now, please? What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2 right now? What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2 right now? Alright. We have running. I was running away from myself and my unresolved issues. Okay, so that could be what this denial, regret energy was. Your person could have been running away from you in the physical, or with just like withdrawing, because they did have unresolved issues and it may have been really triggering to them, this connection. And so maybe they felt like it would be easier to just run away and hide rather than deal with themselves, deal with their feelings, deal with their unprocessed issues. So definitely it was not personal. Important. You're the most important person to me. Yeah. So it's like, even if they ran away from you or whatever, they disconnected, it's like you were still so important to them. Responsible. I want to show up for you and make you a priority. We see that here definitely with the King of Pentacles. That's very responsible. A lot of change going on with your person. We have fear. Anxious thoughts were keeping me stuck and unable to be in the energy of love. I think I was kind of picking up on that. Their anxieties and fears about the connection were keeping them very stuck, kind of in like a mental loop, even unable to really move forward. We have a mutual. The love between us is mutual. I feel the same way that you do. So even if this person ran away from you and you were like, well, we have this deep soul connection, do you not feel it? They're saying like they definitely do, and they did, for sure. We have soul contract. Everything we've been through together has been to teach and heal us. So this is saying that even if there's been a lot of triggers, a lot of tower moments, you've had to go through a lot of your own healing. Maybe this person has really triggered you at times. This is sort of saying that this is a very spiritual connection, and a lot of this was sort of agreed to, I feel like, pre-incarnation, that you guys had a lot to learn from one another. All right, Pile 2. What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2? What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2, please? What does Pile 2's person want to say? I regret pushing you away. I don't want to self-sabotage anymore. Look at that regret. They did push you away, I feel like, for a lot of you. And they're seeing that it was just self-sabotage because they really love you. What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2? What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2? I'm so emotional over us. So they're really feeling very emotional, feeling, the connection, feeling the love. My feelings got hurt and I reacted out of pain and fear. Interesting. So this running away could have even been triggered because they got hurt. Sometimes people will even sort of make assumptions and then get really hurt about those assumptions, even if they're incorrect. So that really could have happened here. They may be just very sensitive. They may have just a very active, pain body, a lot of buttons to push. They may get triggered very, very easily. And I feel like that's part of why they're having to heal right now. And definitely find inner peace with that star energy. What else does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2? What else does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2? Let's see. This one says, don't worry about me forgetting about you. I couldn't even if I tried to. So they're definitely saying that, they couldn't forget about you even if they tried to. Don't worry. Even if they're distant or acting distant, it's like they're definitely thinking about you a lot. We also have, we're better together, and you are my true counterpart. I don't want anyone else. So they're definitely seeing that you are their person. They really don't want to be with anybody else. Again, you're their counterpart. I feel like that has been so much in this reading, that they're really realizing who you truly are to them, what you represent. What does Pile 2's person want to say to Pile 2? What does Pile 2's person want to say? We have, I wish you were here. So they're definitely missing you. I wish you were here with them. I want to kiss you under the stars. Very romantic. And I'm scared that if I tell you how I truly feel about you deep down, you might reject me. So I just keep it to myself. And that could have been that fear that was really keeping them stuck and not in the energy of flowing, of open-heartedness. And so they're having to really get over that fear of rejection so they can be super honest with you. All right, let's give you a word of advice now, pile 2. What does pile 2 need to hear right now? All right, we have all is possible. It's a really pretty card, by the way. All is possible when your heartfelt vision is in alignment with your values. Believe in your dream, love it, breathe it, and let it fill your thoughts. But you must take action also. Work towards it a little each day until it becomes your primary action. Dreams are first envisioned, but then they must be built. You will succeed if you work at it. So this is kind of I feel like talking about manifestation. And definitely, if you are manifesting things in your life, manifesting this connection with your person, even, you definitely have to love that vision and really, cherish it. And also see how this manifestation, whatever you're creating, will not only benefit you but benefit other people. So, for example, if your manifestation is creating a harmonious union with, the person you love, your soulmate, whatever, what have you, you can definitely see like, well, part of this is that, if I'm with this person and we're really happy, we're also going to affect others with our happiness, and we can create a healthy family, and that's really good for other people to see and experience. And all that love we will create will inspire us and help us be better to others. So you can really see how that's a very powerful way to manifest, is when you really see how it will not only be beneficial for you, but all other people. So you can really manifest from that place of altruism, which can bring you much longer lasting happiness with your manifestation, rather than if it just comes purely from a place of like self-service, if that makes sense. I'm reading a book about Tibetan manifesting, and that's what they talk about a lot, is it's like service to self and also others, the nice balance of the two. All right, pile 2, thank you so much for watching. Send you guys so much love, beauty, and abundance. I hope you are staying safe. Please take care. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. I hope you guys are doing really well. So let's get into your reading and see how your person is truly feeling for you currently. All right, pile 3. How is pile 3's person truly feeling about pile 3 currently? How is pile 3's person truly feeling about pile 3? We have the 10 of Cups, you guys. Beautiful energy starting off. How is pile 3's person truly feeling about pile 3? We have the 10 of Swords. Oh, wow. Definitely very different. How is pile 3's person truly feeling? The Tower. How is pile 3's person truly feeling for pile 3? Let's look at this. We have the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so for a lot of you, what I'm really getting is that you guys are in some sort deseparation. There's been some sort of breakdown of this connection. If that's not resonating, maybe choose another pile, because I'm definitely feeling for a specific group. This is definitely something that has ended here with the Tower and the 10 of Swords, or you've been put through a very intense trial with this person. There's a lot of maybe obstacles, challenges that you guys are experiencing. So this person definitely feels like you are the love of their life with the 10 of Cups. You guys may even have children together, or this person may dream of having children with you, if that makes sense for you guys, if that's something you both want. Just like this person wants to be in just the happiest, most harmonious union with you. And they see you as that person that they're meant to spend their life with, for sure. With this Knight of Cups, they're definitely thinking about bringing you a love offer, bringing you, even an apology for some of you. With this 10 of Swords energy, they're thinking of bringing you something, very heartfelt, very compassionate, coming from their heart. They want to follow their heart to you. It's like pretty obvious to them that you are the person that they want to spend their future with, especially with this Three of Wands. It's like they have this vision. It's almost like with this crystal ball energy. It's like when they tap in with their intuition, they're looking into their crystal ball and they're seeing almost like this pathway, maybe to come back to you, to return to you. It's interesting. It's like, even if it's maybe difficult, maybe there is a difficult path ahead of them in order to return to you. It's like that's very much what they want to do. It's like their goal here. So with the Ten of Swords and the Tower, yeah, it's like this is a very painful lesson. This is a very painful ending. This person is feeling maybe very depressed, very lonely. This is very difficult emotions. It's like everything has come to a head with this Tower energy. Everything has like totally fallen apart. Um, but the nice thing about the Ten of Swords and the Tower is it's like there is this lesson to learn, but it can really teach. It can be a very teachable moment. It can be a moment of a lot of learning, especially with this Tower, about letting go of what doesn't serve us in terms of the ways we think about the world, any sort of false identity we may have, false, even people, situations that are not serving us our highest good in life. It's like this is that like divine intervention to sort of like show up in our life and really remove the things that are causing problems and teach us those lessons that we really need to learn in order to move forward. And so I feel like with this Ten of Swords energy, that's very like rock bottom, dark night of the soul. Like this person's like, just on the floor, can't move, just sort of like maybe feeling very helpless at times, very low energy. But from this place of like rock bottom, it's like they're starting to really, in a way, like get cracked open. And it's like revealing to them, I feel like, what actually matters here, like what they need to prioritize, which is, love. And I feel like sometimes those experiences of profound pain sometimes are what it takes to really get that clarity and perspective on what truly matters um, in life. And I think that's kind of what's happening for your person is it's like there's this almost like existential crisis where they're starting to really see like maybe all these things that I based my identity on or based my life on or thought were so important don't matter. And this love that I have for this person that they have for you, pile three, is maybe what I need to be focusing all of my attention on. So I feel like they're building their strength to start moving towards you. And yeah, it's like they're at a bit of a crossroads in their life. It's like they may be having to leave behind someone, something, or just an old version of themselves and sort of step forward into this whole new reality, a bright future, a new day, something different. I feel like leave their comfort zone behind. Because sometimes I feel like the Tower and the Ten of Swords comes in to force us out of our comfort zone, especially if we've been stagnant, stuck, sort of refusing to change. It's like kind of a thing where it's like there's been a lot of signs you need to let something go. There's been a lot of signs that it's almost like you have the free will, but then sometimes I almost feel like the universe, kind of our spirit, just sort of comes in if you're not taking those signs, and they'll kind of just make the decision for you, and then you have to really kind of um, deal with that. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's clarify the Ten of Cups. How's Pile Three's person truly feeling for Pile Three? Clarify the Ten of Cups. Clarify the Ten of Cups. How's Pile Three's person truly feeling? So what do we have? Okay, so we have Judgment, Three of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, with that Tower energy, there's been some sort of wake-up call your person has had. I feel like that is in regards to the importance of this connection. They're really evaluating as well, I feel like maybe what led up to this ending between the two of you or difficulty. That can be like reviewing, like sort of a life review. You go back and you look at all these things, you try to learn the lessons and, commit yourself to being better, to doing better in the future. So Three of Pentacles, for some of you, it's like they want to come back and they want to work on this connection. They want to build a strong foundation with you. And again, this Three of Wands, this is that forward progress, that forward movement, that effort. They want to put effort, I feel like, into building this future with you. All right, let's see. Clarify the Lovers. How does Pile Three's person truly feel for Pile Three? Clarify the Lovers. How is Pile Three's person truly feeling for Pile Three? We have the Empress, the Eight of Wands. So yes, they're feeling very passionate about you as well. The Lovers can be a very sensual energy, and with the Empress and the Eight of Wands, it's like no one compares to your sensuality, your beauty, your magnetism as the Empress. And it's like they're feeling all this just like sudden surge of passion and desire for you with the Eight of Wands. This is also very strongly about communication. For some of you, I'm feeling your person is already communicating with you a lot, or they definitely want to if they're not doing that. They might even be wanting to just like straight up tell you that they love you as well, or that they just, are so attracted to you, things like that. Clarify the Knight of Cups. How is Pile Three's person truly feeling for Pile Three? We have the Strength card. So this is that confidence. It's like they want the confidence, so that they're building up the confidence and the inner strength, the courage to open their heart to you, to come to you with vulnerability. The Ace of Swords, yeah, that's that truth. There could be some really important conversation that you guys need to have. This person may really need to be just super honest with you, maybe to explain themselves, especially if they really hurt you as well with the Ten of Swords. If there was even that could represent a betrayal in this connection for some of you. And this person feels like, in order to maybe repair this connection, there needs to be a lot of honesty on their part. We also have the Knight of Wands, again, that passion. They're feeling very enthusiastic about moving towards you. This person may have fire in their chart for some of you. But yeah, they want to come to you with like a lot of warmth. And also the Strength card can represent compassion as well. So it's like they want to show up in the energy of compassion, towards themselves, and I feel like towards you. So again, that could be an apology. Let's see. Clarify the Ten of Swords. How's Pile 3's person truly feeling for Pile 3? Clarify the Ten of Swords. How is Pile 3's person truly feeling? We have the Page of Swords, the Chariot, and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so let me take a sip of water real quick, sorry. Okay, so it's like your person is definitely keeping an eye on you, even if you guys are broken up or separated or whatever's going on. So this person is kind of still maybe kind of stalking you a little bit, not in a creepy way with the Page of Swords, but definitely keeping an eye on you on social media. They're feeling very curious about you, maybe what you've been doing since the separation, what you've been up to. So they're really wanting to move things forward here with like the Knight of Cups and the Chariot. Like they're very determined. They have this, their mind is very set on you and moving towards you. But at the same time, there's like so much fear and stress with the Nine of Swords, like extreme stress, extreme fear that can even be guilt. So it's like if this person did hurt you in this connection, if they're kind of partly responsible for this tower moment between the two of you or whatever happened, it's like I feel that they are afraid to maybe return to you. Maybe they're afraid to take action on these desires, and that's why this Two of Swords energy, that energy of sort of stuckness, stagnancy could be appearing, because on one hand, it's like all they want is to come towards you, but on the other hand, it maybe like scares the crap out of them because they may have to really, have some difficult conversations with you, or they may feel that if they come towards you, you'll reject them, something like that. So yeah, they're definitely going through it right now. I'm hearing that they're very haunted by you. I'm also hearing they're very haunted by their mistakes. Okay, so that could really resonate for some of you. All right. All right, let's get some oracle cards now. All right, Pile 3. How is Pile 3's person currently feeling for Pile 3? How is Pile 3's person currently feeling for Pile 3? We have gratitude. Interesting. So yeah, they are very grateful for you. And it's kind of interesting, similar energy almost between these two cards. It's like they're seeing maybe how much you love them, how beautiful this connection is and was. Like, they're grateful for, I feel like, all the love that you've shared. That's really beautiful, actually. How does Pile 3's person truly feel for Pile 3? How is Pile 3's person truly feeling? We have discovery. Interesting. So it's like, maybe through this dark night of the soul, this ego death, they're really discovering their heart. They're discovering who they really are. Maybe they're discovering who you really are to them, what you really mean to them. We also have self-worth. So for some of you, it's like part of what happened with this tower, the Ten of Swords, if there was like betrayal or self-sabotage on their part, it had a lot to do with their insecurities and self-esteem issues. So now it's like with that energy of the Strength card that came up, it's like they're having to find the self-worth to be confident enough to approach you, is really what I'm getting, to feel worthy of you especially, because it's very hard to maintain, connections or, things in our life that we don't feel worthy of. We will find a way to mess it up for ourselves. So it's like they have to find this self-worth before I feel like they can really open their heart to you. And I think they know that. They're working on their self-love. All right, Pile 3. How is Pile 3's person truly feeling for Pile 3 currently? We have courage. Look at this. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And that's what they're having to do, because there is all this fear. There's all this anxiety about coming towards you, all this anxiety about, maybe reconciling. And it's like they're having to find that courage to face that fear with confidence and just say, you know what, like, no matter what happens, this is what I know I'm supposed to do, and this is what will bring me peace, and so I will do it, because it is a lesson, and it will make me stronger. What is Poppy's person truly feeling for pile 3? We have the happiness. I am aware that being happy means I'm on the right path, and I almost feel like this person knows that, like, with you, they feel that profound sense of happiness. They feel that joy, that bliss with the Ten of Cups. And it's like they know that this is what's right for them simply because nothing else quite brings them that level of happiness, of pure joy. And then we have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Truly, I feel like that is really what your person is learning right now, is that maybe they kind of went off on a different path because they were confused, they were scared, but it's like they're seeing now that success is less about what we achieve materially and more about, you know, how much love we can bring to ourselves and other people, how much we can really learn and grow and ascend. That's really beautiful. All right, so let's get some messages from them now. Pile 3. Get some more water, sorry. All right. Pile 3. What does Pile 3's person really want to say to Pile 3? We have connected. Nothing can ever truly come between us. We are always connected. So definitely a very deep soul connection here. Possibly even like, you know, twin flames, counterparts, things like that. Important. You are the most important person to me. And I really see that, definitely. You really are. No matter how they've acted. We have chemistry. Whenever we're together, sparks fly. So tons of heat, tons of chemistry. We have closer. I need to be close to you. I want to feel your touch. So this person is really missing, I feel like, the physical intimacy. I feel like they just want to hug, honestly. We have consciousness. I acted from my level of consciousness at the time. So for those of you where it's been resonating that something happened where maybe your person really did hurt you or did things to sabotage the connection, they're basically saying like, yeah, I was unconscious. And those actions came from my level of awareness. They weren't personal. And now I am moving beyond that, and I'm seeing the error in my ways, and I'm like, you know, trying to do better. What does Pile 3's person want to say to Pile 3? What does Pile 3's person want to say to Pile 3? What does Pile 3's person want to say? We have action. I want to move things forward with you in a positive direction. I definitely see that. This person wants to, you know, bring back the spark, bring back the charm, that Knight of Wands energy, feeling very flirtatious. And then we have immaturity, kind of that same energy with the consciousness card. I'm seeing now how my ego and immaturity sabotaged our connection. I wish I hadn't been so foolish. So this is definitely resonant with the rest of the pile. I feel like they were maybe very immature. They weren't really seeing things clearly, or they were just very confused. Their ego may have, you know, really taken over, and they may have really done things to affect, you know, the way that things were going with you, and they're seeing that they maybe were very foolish, or they feel that they were foolish, and, you know, I feel like they wish that they could genuinely go back and make different choices now. Let's see. What does Pile 3's person want to say to Pile 3, please? We have, you're the only one I want. I need you. Don't mistake my silence for indifference. So for some of you, your person is being very quiet. And they're saying it's not because I'm indifferent. It's not because I don't care. Again, it could be that they're very stressed about talking to you. There's a lot more going on with me beneath the surface. Don't be fooled by my mask. Just because I don't show my emotions doesn't mean they aren't there. So this could be very accurate. You know, they're feeling a lot. They're going through a lot, definitely with the Tower and the Ten of Swords, but they may be, you know, acting very cool, very unaffected on the surface, and that's definitely not accurate. That's just sort of that's like their self-protective mechanism, maybe that they've learned to cope with. What does Pile 3's person want to say to Pile 3? I'm quiet because I don't know what to say to you. Okay, that's so interesting. So, yeah, it's like they don't know what to say. Again, I feel like they're afraid of maybe saying the wrong thing, and that's why they're not coming forward. What does Pile 3's person want to say to Pile 3? We have, I'm afraid of losing you. I want to settle down with you. I want your companionship. Let's make every day our honeymoon. So yeah, they're definitely thinking about that commitment there. I'm scared that if I tell you how I truly feel about you deep down, you might reject me, so I just keep it to myself. So that's that energy I was picking up earlier where they're not maybe communicating because they are scared of being rejected. If they're honest, we have my mask is coming off. and it hurts me so much knowing I've hurt you. My heart aches and I feel all the pain you feel. So yeah, it's like they may have done stuff that was really destructive, very hurtful, and they're like sort of empathizing with you a lot right now. And very sad that they may have caused someone that they cared about so much quite a deal of pain. So I feel like they're having to really reconcile that with themselves, work through those emotions, and work through those guilty feelings. Um, Definitely. A lot of regret, I feel like, from your person. All right, before we close out your reading, pile three, let's get you a word of advice from these beautiful cards. What does pile three need to hear right now? This is really lovely. This reminds me of like Costa Rica for some reason. I don't know why. Don't be swayed by someone's strong opinions. Just do what feels right for you. If what you're hearing doesn't resonate with you, then it most probably isn't right for you. Listen to and respect other people's views, but stay true to your own inner vision and belief. Live freely and express the beauty of your ideals. So, this is definitely about really sticking true to, yeah, what really resonates with you as a person. So, if everyone's you could even say it's like if everyone's into a TV show, but you watch it and it makes you feel just uncomfortable, it gives you a weird feeling in your stomach, like, you don't have to be into what everyone else is into. So that's kind of a silly example, but it could even be in regards to this connection, and especially if this person you feels like your twin or just very important to you, and maybe other people don't quite understand the connection. So, they may have a lot of opinions about it. Definitely, if you feel that connection with this person, if you feel like this is, very highly spiritual and very important to you on a soul level, definitely don't feel ashamed of your feelings or, the truth of who you are, because, it's like you're living your life, everyone else is living their life. And I feel like at the end of the day, people don't really have the right to dictate to other people what they should do with their lives, because no one else has to live the consequences of your actions. You know what I mean? So definitely, this is saying, stay true to your vision, your beliefs, and what is meaningful to you, because that is all that really truly matters at the end of the day. All right, pile three, it's been lovely reading for you, sending you lots of love and beauty and abundance and healing. Please stay safe. Please take care of yourselves. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.